Listen very closely. Can you hear the cries of the Pokemon? Yeah, that's not creepy or anything. Hello, Kokomi here, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Diamond version. Last time, we went up this route. Route 205, definitely knew that, I was testing you guys. And today we're going to enter the Eterna Forest. And I have deliberated over it a bunch, but I have ultimately decided that even if Wildberry doesn't evolve next level and get the move that she would get on evolution, I can just reteach it to her later. So I will continue to keep Wildberry in the party and train her, so Brownie doesn't take off and nom the EXP. Maribel and Combi will also be accompanying us to make sure. I trained up this Pachirisu quite a bit, that's pickup. It actually no Spark, so it's a good coverage option for right now. And this Wurmple I just have with me in hopes that it will evolve into his Cascoon. To give a catching update, I found a Burmy off screen. So you should be seeing footage of that on screen at the moment. I'll give that a second to play through. If you editing me will need to time it out. And I'll get more into talking about the Pokemon once we're in the forest. I also got Wurmple that evolved into a Silcoon and Beautifly. I don't think I have footage for that specifically, but oh well, here's the infamous Beautifly Pokedex entry I talked about. It's very aggressive. It stabs its prey with its long, narrow mouth to drain the prey's fluids. Unfortunately, I got multiple Wurmple, but all of them evolved into Silcoon. And I think that's it. I didn't get a Cherubi. I definitely didn't get a Munchlax, but I knew that. Oh, I mean, I did go back to Jubilife TV to fight some people, and with that I saw some Pokemon that we haven't quite seen yet that we'll be getting to eventually, but we'll just consider it a little hint at what's down the road. And without further ado, let's enter the forest. Hello, my name's Cheryl, and you are? Oh, so your name is Gala. I'm sincerely glad to meet you. Gala, may I ask a big favor of you? I want to get through this forest, but I'm afraid of doing it alone. I've heard that there's a sinister group of people called Team Galactic about. I think there'd be safety in numbers. Please, may I go through with you? I'll keep your Pokemon in perfect health. Hopefully you got a good chance to listen to this song. I love this song so much. It's so pretty. And here comes Kokomi comparing this game to Platinum again. This area looks so much prettier in Platinum because they added foliage from above. So instead of being like route but with more trees and tree background, you actually, it just looks so cool. And I just have to show a picture of it on screen. Yes, so every battle we get into now is going to be a wild double battle. And remember that glitch I mentioned about getting into double battles and the game potentially crashing? That is exactly why I do not have Macaroni with me. Okay, good, we actually got away. Otherwise, the new Pokemon, you can find a wild Wurmple here, so if you don't want to worry about getting it through the tree, even though it's like the most common encounter, if you are playing Diamond, you can also find wild Silcoon and Beautifly, and if you're playing Pearl, you can find wild Cascoon and Dustox, and if you're playing Platinum, you can find both. And Bidoof. Uh, the other thing is that Ghastly will appear here, which I think we've seen, but I don't know if we've seen Ghastly yet. Will appear here in Platinum. But Diamond and Pearl each have one new exclusive Pokemon that appear here at night. Murkrow in Diamond and Mischievous in Pearl. We talked to Cheryl. It's starting to see two wild Pokemon appearing at the same time. So every battle we get into with Cheryl will be a auto double battle. Or every wild battle will be. What's cool, you might ask? No, I'll tell you anyway. Bug Pokemon. We're just out on a power walk. Yeah, I mainly brought Wurmple out in the lead for it to get experience. But actually, so this area is a lot of battles, and I'm honestly thinking about just speeding up through all of it. But I can at least talk about, the Pokemon you will find here. And that, honestly, I didn't prepare anything to say on that, so that's kind of on me. Do I send in Wildberry? I think I'm going to send in Wildberry since she's the lowest on EXP. That Pachirisu is definitely the worst. So you saw how the two trainers actually show they had 4 Pokemon? It doesn't show how the Pokemon is divided up amongst them. So it could be that one trainer has 4 Pokemon and the other has 3. So you can see on the bottom screen, on the top right, there's 4 Pokemon. It could be 1, 3, it could be 2, 2. It doesn't actually show how the Pokemon is divvied up, and Cheryl only has 1 Pokemon, this Chansey. This Chansey's not bad. It knows Soft Boiled, Egg Bomb, Refresh, and something else. But it actually will heal you, which is really cool. I might switch Wildberry out because I don't want to risk Wildberry being the target of that bide. Wow, that did nothing. Well, yeah, I said Egg Bomb was one of its moves, right? In this case, I just happen to know from maybe playing ahead in a Platinum file to account for a special event coming up, that these trainers is just the girl has 1 Pachirisu, the guy has 3 bug Pokemon, a Wurmple, a Silcoon, and a Beautifly, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to send in I think Brownie would be the best, though I'm a little worried. Intimidate should lower the damage Bide will do on release. Yes, Brownie's Intimidate, cut the foe's attack. Okay, yep, I was right to switch out. I was very right to switch out. Alright, that Wurmple, yep, the Wurmple sound. Ooh, oh yeah, no, both Brownie and Wildberry are super close to leveling up, so Wildberry's gonna level up here. Or no, wow, that was just enough. Well, Wildberry will definitely level up off of the, oh god, it's a vicious Beautifly. I'm gonna Wing Attack the Beautifly. I do want to take care of that Pachirisu, though I don't think I think level 14 is the level Pachirisu learned Spark. Forgive me, I don't actually, even though I did actually play ahead through here in Platinum, I specifically played on my Japanese Platinum with animations off just to go quickly, and because I wanted to play on my Japanese Platinum. And it was interesting because I could tell what was going on half the time, but I couldn't tell what was going on the other half. So you could see Jack had 3 of the Pokemon, so of the 4 Pokemon, 3 of them were his. But I'm going to focus on that Pachirisu now, because that Pachirisu is way more dangerous than a Silcoon. Yes, okay, so we'll see what that Wurmple evolves into. Wildberry grew to level 16. wants to learn Worry Seed, and I don't plan on keeping Worry Seed, but I will teach it to Wild Berry, because I believe even if a Pokemon... So say once Worry Seed is a move that Wild Berry can only learn as a Budew. But once Wild Berry evolves and then forgets Worry Seed, I can still have it remember Worry Seed because it knew it at some point. I know in newer Pokemon games that works for even TMs, so new moves they wouldn't have learned naturally, if they forgot it, they can still be retaught it. At least I'm pretty sure. Maybe I should go actually try that specifically. I'm just recalling off memory, and human memory is a terrible thing. Like, really inaccurate. Like, oodles of bad. Brownie wants Ooh Endeavor. You see, Double Team does have its use, but at the same time, I'm not Scum. But Growl is more useless. But I'm not Scum. I'll keep Double Team there as a temptation to do to resort to scummy strats. To evasion cheese. It bugs me when people ignore the awesome and coolness of bug Pokemon. Oh, you. And, okay, come on, Wurmple. Please. That's a Silcoon. I can tell you right now that's a Silcoon. I just want a Cascoon. That's like the third or fourth Silcoon. I have another Wurmple in the PC. Well, you are going to go right in the back of this party, never to see daylight ever again. Let's see. Get a Paralyze Heal. So what you can do for upcoming parts is say you don't want to do a double battle. You can just talk to the trainer and then you'll engage in a one-on-one battle. So so if you really don't want to do the double battles, you can avoid them. There are probably like 3 or 4 battles here throughout all of Eterna Forest. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up here and talk about the Pokemon and sort of post. It gives me time to prepare some stuff about the Pokemon. Particularly talk about... I think I already talked about Beautifly, Dustox last episode. But I'll talk about them again. I'll talk about Burmy since I just got that off screen. And I'll talk about Murkrow and Mischievous. And we'll have this song playing in the background, of course. So I will meet you guys you will meet future me, and then you will meet present me again, who's also just all past you to you, because it will all have been done in the past. Don't think about it too hard. When it's all done, play the music. Alright, starting off, we have 3 new Pokemon here in Eterna Forest, 5 if you're playing Platinum, but we aren't playing Platinum. First off, Baniri evolves into Lopunny via friendship. So pretty much most Pokemon, and especially all Pokemon that evolve through friendship, have some sort of happiness already when you catch them. The happiness is a stat between 0 and 255. And pretty much all friendship evolution Pokemon have some sort of base happiness when you catch them. Except Baniri, the only friendship evolution to start with 0 base happiness. Hooray! This is the toughest friendship Pokemon to evolve. It is also the only Pokemon that learns Frustration naturally, which is a move that becomes more powerful the lower your friendship is. So, hey, if you really want, you can make good use of that. Just catch a fresh Baniri and use Frustration a bunch. When it evolves, it'll ultimately be fast, with okay attack and bad pretty-where else. It'll learn some good normal and fighting moves, and continues the tradition of normal types having some of the weirdest TMs, like Lopunny can learn Water Pulse and Thunderbolt, but its special attack is crap, so don't bother. Honestly, I think Baniri would be at its strongest if you could get its egg moves on it, which we haven't even gotten to eggs in breeding, aside from the Skitty at the beginning of the series. But through breeding, it can get the elemental punches, fire punch, ice punch, thunder punch, which gives it a lot of coverage, and I think that's where, again, Lopunny is at its strongest. Unfortunately, you cannot get that unless you plan on breeding Baneri later. You won't have access to that. And I do need to talk about Lopunny's design. First off, when I was a kid, I wasn't sure if its hands were stuck together in that pose or not, but it turns out that no, its hand, each wrist just has sort of a cuff of fluff, but it can separate its hands. It's not stuck together. It's just in that pose for its sprite. And honestly, I hate it. Like, Lopunny is the Pokemon I really want to like, but I look at it and you can see it. If you know its inspiration, you can see it. It's so frustrating. Lopunny, at least you got a cool Mega Evolution in Gen 6. Moving on to our Diamond exclusive Pokemon, can't be found in Pearl or Platinum. Found only at night in the Eterna Forest and one other location, Murkrow. Has above average speed, okay attack and special attack, bad defenses, doesn't really have a good, doesn't really learn the greatest moves leveling up, with its best move being Sucker Punch at level 45. Ultimately, it's going to fall off. But this generation, they gave it an evolution, and now it can evolve into Honchkrow through a Duskstone, our first instance of a stone evolution Pokemon. Pokemon that evolved, so stones are items that you can just pick up off the ground or get as gifts. They're in your items bag, and you can use it on a Pokemon, essentially controlling when you want to evolve that Pokemon. The trade-off usually is that once it evolves, it doesn't really have any level up moves anymore. All of its level up moves will be learned at level 1, and if you want to reteach it anything, you'll need to go to the Move Reminder, which is in the Gym of City 4. The City of Gym 4. Honchkrow is actually kind of an example against that, though, where it does learn 4 moves outside of its level 1 learn move pool, which is actually pretty bad. But it learns a move at 25, 35, 45, and 55. Particularly of note, 35, 45, and 55. Learning Nasty Plot, which raises its special attack 2 stages. Learning Night Slash, a high crit physical dark move, which, yes, dark can finally be a physical type this generation. And Dark Pulse at 55. So, Nasty Plot Honchkrow with Dark Pulse can be pretty nasty. It actually loses speed on evolution, which kind of sucks, but it gains some defense, but still pretty bad defense. However, its HP gains a massive jump, and so does its attack and special attack. Its physical attack is higher than its special attack, but it functions as a mixed attacker. The worst thing you're missing out on is that Honchkrow does not learn Sucker Punch naturally, which is, Sucker Punch is a good move. It is a priority move that goes first and will do damage if your opponent is going to attack that turn. But if you're playing Pokemon Platinum or Heart Gold Soul Silver, but I don't think you get access to move tutors until post-game, no need to fear. Both Murkrow and Honchkrow can learn Sucker Punch through move tutor. Now, here's the weirdest thing I learned about Murkrow and Honchkrow during my research. Murkrow can learn Icy Wind from move tutors, but not Honchkrow. If a Murkrow knows Icy Wind and evolves into a Honchkrow, it's not like it'll forget it or anything, it'll keep Icy Wind. But Honchkrow just can't learn Icy Wind from move tutors for whatever reason, which is a shame because Icy Wind is a weak ice move that hits both opponents in doubles, but guarantees a speed drop. It's not really useful in a game playthrough, but in versus against other human opponents, especially in double battles, Icy Wind is an amazing move. Last thing I want to note about Murkrow and Honchkrow is just look at their shinies. They're fabulous and they know it. I love their shinies. Finally, the last new Pokemon in this area, also only found at night and exclusive to Pearl version, is Misdreavus. Has has average special attack, special defense, and speed with below average HP attack and defense. Gets some good moves, including Shadow Ball naturally at level 37, and it gets Power Gym at level 50. And normally I'd say, yeah, that's about where it is. But, you know, say it with me, it got a new evolution this generation, also through Duskstone. However, it doesn't learn any level up moves once it evolves into its final evolution, Mismagius. Mischievous is basically going to be ultimately a strong special attacker. Its HP, physical attack, and physical defense actually don't change on evolution, but it gains like 20 in its special attack, special defense, and speed, which is enough to make it a sort of glass cannon special attacker. It can learn Shadow Ball naturally, Psybeam naturally for some extra coverage. Power Gym would be great coverage if it wasn't for the fact that it was learned at level that in order to get it, you would need to hold off on evolving Mischievous until level 50. There is no other way to get Power Gym onto Mismagius. However, Mismagius does learn a lot of TMs. Like Thunderbolt, I think it learns Water Pulse, but it learns Psychic, which is better Psybeam. Point is, Mismagius, if you want to bring out the full potential and coverage on it, break out those TMs. Also, once you get to the move reminder, Mismagius can remember the move Magical Leaf, which is a 60 power grass move that bypasses accuracy check and cannot miss. The closest Duskstone, the item to evolve Mischievous and Mismagius, will not be found until after the 3rd gym in Diamond and Pearl, or 4th gym if you're playing Platinum. By that time, our Pokemon will be probably in their early 30s. It doesn't sound like a long time from now, but the gap between the 2nd and 3rd gym is actually a really big gap in Diamond and Pearl. And so, I also do want to note that if you have a Pokemon with pickup, like my Pachirisu, you can get a Duskstone starting at level 31. Any pickup Pokemon will have a 3% chance of grabbing a Duskstone when it picks up something. Honestly, you're probably going to get that Duskstone that's lying on the ground in the overworld before you get it through pickup. But I just thought it'd be something worth mentioning. And that's really about it for the new Pokemon here. Quick final interjection because I completely forgot to talk about Burmy in my initial recording. Burmy sucks. Only moves protected till level 10, evolves at level 20. Burmy's big gimmick is that its cloak changes depending on where you last battled. If you last battled outside, it'll have the grass cloak. If you last battled in a cave, it'll have the sand cloak. And if you've last battled indoors, it'll have the trash cloak. This does absolutely nothing until it evolves. Hi, my dog is barking in the background. Until it evolves, and only if it is female. If it is female, it'll evolve into Wormadam at level 20, and it'll evolve into Mothim at level 20 if it's male. Wormadam, for a long time I thought it was called Wormadam, and then it occurred to me recently while looking at the name that it's Worm and Madam. Yeah, it took me like 10 years to figure out. Good job, me. Its cloak upon evolution will become permanent and add a secondary typing. So if it had a grass cloak on evolution, it'll become the grass cloak Wormadam. That is a bug grass type. Ground cloak becomes or sandy cloak, I believe is the official name, becomes a bug ground type, and the trash cloak becomes a bug steel type. It slightly affects the stats and some TMs they learn. Grass cloak leans towards special attack and special defense. Ground leans towards physical attack and physical defense, and steel is middle of the road. I've never used Wormadam before, so I can't really recommend it, but if I had to choose one, I would say Bug Steel is a good defensive typing. Just look at Caesar, and it is probably the one I would personally recommend, but I can't truly say. As for Mothim, another Pokemon I haven't used, but I looked at its stats and wow, it just needs speed. Its attack and special attack are good, its defenses are terrible, but it wouldn't matter if it could outspeed its foes, but its speed is below average. Mothim is just this close to being a decent Pokemon, and it's a shame because it learns some good moves like Bug Buzz. I think it gets Air Slash. I'm gonna need to double check that. But it's just so disappointing. Mothim to me is so disappointing. Unfortunately, we will not see it shiny throughout the run. Yeah, no, I'm looking at its moveset right now. Psychic, Air Slash, Bug Buzz, and 94 special attack. So it's not the greatest, but it would still be able to pack quite a punch. It's just, its speed sucks, molasses, and it's not the slowest thing in the world, but it really hinders it, to put it bluntly. Otherwise, I could totally recommend Mothim. I mean, you can still use it as like a mid-game Pokemon, but it's gonna fall off. Its only ability is Swarm, which ups its power of bug moves when it's close to death. I don't think I mentioned Warm Atom's ability. I don't even know it, actually, off the top of my head. And same goes for Burmy, so it goes to show how much I've done my research. This is a professional Let's Play. Anyone who says otherwise is wrong. It has Anticipation, which is a stupid ability. But I want to show Mothim shiny on screen because I like it and I think it's really pretty. It's a shame we won't be seeing it. Well, back to present Kokomi, who's still past Kokomi, but don't think about it too hard. And with that, we've reached the end. Yeah, hard to believe there's nothing else here. Once we go, like, past this patch of flowers, I think the exit will be in sight, and Cheryl will say, "We'll depart from us." Any battle you get into with Cheryl, she'll auto-full heal your party afterwards. This makes an excellent grinding spot, and you're wondering, well, what if I don't have the Pokemon in my party I want to grind? Then go out of Eterna Forest the way you came in. If you go that way, Cheryl will say, "Oh, you're leaving? I'll just wait for you to come back, since you have to go this way to progress through the game." So that's really cool. And you can just grind a bunch here. Cheryl doesn't take any EXP, so you get 2 wild Pokemon at a time. You have Cheryl helping you, and you get fully healed after each battle. This is an excellent point to grind. The next gym leader's Pokemon are level 22 if I remember correctly. So, yeah, if you just be prepared for that. I really like Cheryl, and I do also want to bring attention to the episode of Pokemon Generations she was in. Was probably one of the creepiest episodes of the entire series. Gala, battling with you makes me feel elated. If I could predict what you're about to do, we would make a fierce combo. I don't know, Cheryl. The fact that you were healing yourself when you only took like an inch of damage is kinda says, yeah, we'd be great together, Cheryl. Chansey is an excellent special wall, and one other thing to note I noticed is that all the psychic Pokemon that had hidden power in there, their hidden power was always fighting type to specifically counter Cheryl's Chansey, which makes sense. But Cheryl, did I just call her Cheryl? Cheryl's Chansey is a special wall. It doesn't take physical hits well, but it does take special hits very well. Hopefully, future me got you a good overview of Murkrow, Mischievous, and Burmy at least. I will decide whether I cover Beautifly and Dustox then or not, but you already know the answer to that. Well, our time together was brief, but I did enjoy it, Cheryl. And, well, may we meet again someday. Oh, there's the exit. I'm so relieved we finally got here. I would have never been able to get through this by myself. Thank you so much. May we meet again someday, my friend. I've had friendships like that where I've literally only known someone for like a few weeks, but you felt like you developed a good friendship with them, and you probably even you haven't seen them since, and you probably won't. There's not a strong likelihood you'll ever see them again unless it's by pure chance. But you know, you treasure those moments you did spend with them, and you know, this might sound kind of cheesy and goes against reason and all of that, but I do like to think that even people I've met briefly, that our paths will cross again someday, in this lifetime or the next. I'm not really much of a believer in supernatural stuff, extra lifetimes and whatnot, but maybe it's just a part of me that wants to be hopeful. You talk to these fishermen, to sit back and fish casually, it's a grown-up's hobby. Well, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm too feeble-minded to understand the intricacies of your hobby. But these other three are trainers. So yes, out of battles and into more, but they're just single battles. Oh, and I guess I should give the tip with Cheryl, for the love of God, turn off animations. It will save you so much time. Like, you probably saw some of those battles in Eterna Forest took like 5 minutes just because of animations, when they would have been like faster if faster animations easily would have shaved off like 2 or 3 minutes on some of those battles. It's ridiculous what good animation, or not necessarily good animation, but what fast animations do to the time you spent in a battle. So this is Goldeen, a physical water type, and this is the Pokemon I like to refer to as Dex Filler, and the why the hell do you even exist Pokemon. I've been mean to Goldeen in the past, and I've actually considered using one this run, because Goldeen and its evolution shiny aren't bad looking, but I've ultimately decided against it, because with the 2 next Pokemon I plan on adding, I'm going to have a lot of physical attackers, and this generation is... Goldeen's always had more physical attack than special attack, so this is actually Goldeen's first generation to really shine, and I still don't think highly of it at all. This guy, no points for guessing what all 6 of his Pokemon are. We're just gonna speed this one up too really quick. Alright, so to also go over on this route, what's new about this route? In Diamond and Pearl, absolutely nothing except 1 honey tree and some berries. Though I should have said this when we first got the Route 205, but I do recommend catching a second Weasel, or just a Weasel if you don't plan on using Weasel at all. We will need that pretty soon for something. But if you are playing Platinum, you can find on this this part that's technically considered the same part of the route before Eterna Forest, Route 205, you can find Budew, Wurmple, all of its evolutions, Kricketot, and Hoothoot, a Pokemon we haven't even encountered yet, at night only. So yeah, Diamond and Pearl versus Platinum in a nutshell. It's like, jeez. But like, yeah, here the encounters are the exact same as they were before we entered Eterna Forest with Diamond and Pearl, which kind of sucks, but we will be, the Pokemon I mentioned we are not too far away from encountering. Wait, I wasn't paying attention. How many Pokemon he had? Please don't tell me there's another 6 Magikarp guy. Okay, no, it's just 3. This might be the guy with like a level 5, a level 10, and level 15 Magikarp. I remember there being a trainer like that. Wild Berry gained 42 experience. Oh, he has a Goldeen. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. Alright, sorry. I'm glad I just sort of skipped forward through that fight. I feel like I haven't been talking enough this episode, but then again, part of the voiceover I will do for this episode I haven't even done yet. So, maybe that's why. But we're about to wrap up this episode. We've arrived here in Eterna City. Feels great riding a bike. Well, we don't know. And we see some Team Galactic grunts out. Next time on Pokemon Diamond, we'll explore this city and see what it has to offer. And I'm just going to let the game here sit here play for a minute, as I consider this one of my favorite songs in the entire game. Until next time, bye.